Today we're going to do my most hated eyeshadow color. Color number 38. Next, we're going to use number 32. This is a warm brown. Kind of do what I always do with eyeshadow and create a crease color. So next we're going to create the smoky part on the outside of the eye. I'm going to use a dark brown for that. Number 8. In order to create the smoky eye that I want to create, I'm going to show you kind of the structure. Basically, it looks like a check mark. And I'm putting it on with a smoky liner brush. So I'm going to place the color there, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to... This is a pointed blending brush. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go from the outside in, and I'm just going to lightly blend out the edges so it blends out in the crease with that medium brown color that I already put there. Okay, we can do that on both sides. Adding just a little bit more of that number 8 right there. And then I'm going to blend that in. I'm going to use 2 colors of green. I'm going to use both of these colors right here. So we'll start with the darker. And I'm going to tap that right there. This crazy bright green. And tap that right there. And then I'll use my pointed blending brush again and just blend the edges. And then I'm going to add a little bit of gold. This color, this is called Gold School. Here on the inner corner, just really, really lightly, just to give it just a little metallic, because so far it's really all matte. Take some setting spray. I just sprayed it on the back of my hand, and I'm getting my brush wet with that setting spray and putting that, thanks Amy, the gold on my brush, wet, and then I'm just tapping it right over my eyelid. All right, now I'm going to show you a really cool smoky eyeliner trick. So you're going to use a pointed eyeliner brush, or this could be like, this is part of our brow brush, our brow tamer brush, but you're just going to use the pointed end, and you're going to use a very dark color. So I'm going to use color number 9, Dial It Black, and you're going to kind of load your brush up, and you're going to start on the outer corner of your eye, and you're going to press it into your lashes and flick up. Start on the outer edge, and the reason you want to start on the outer edge is because that's where you want the color to be the darkest. Take that Dial It Black one more time, and I'm just gonna deepen up the smoke, basically making it really dark black right at my lash line. This is a powder brush. It's brush number 18. So what I'm doing is I'm tapping the number 18 into my foundation pan. Like if you've been watching this series at all, you know I don't do it the same every day. We're gonna do a little setting powder. So I'm going to use bronzer number 3. If you have our original bronzer, which is now referred to as bronzer number 1, it's the same color, only this is matte and the other one is shimmery. Pretend like there's a line from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. And your bronzer should go that way, not that way. Not in the middle of that line, slightly above that line. You'll notice a lot of times, and don't worry if you've been doing it differently, it doesn't mean you've been doing it wrong. Or if you like the way that you do it and you do it differently, it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. So I feel like when people learn to do that little trick, when they move their bronzer up and their blush just a little bit, they get a bit of a lift. And I'm just bronzing up the outside of my face. This is color number 8. It's right here. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my powder, my foundation. This is very pigmented. I'm gonna use the gold highlighter, which is called Sunrise. If you wanted to, you could stick some of that highlight color right there too. Macaroon is my favorite enduring lip color. But let me show you something fun. This is called Angel Food. It's kind of a really light peach color. Sometimes I like to lighten the center up just a little bit. So it makes your lips look fuller when you do that. So you notice I put that gold highlighter here and here. I like to kind of keep the same highlighter going across my face. I think it creates really pretty continuity. And so I'll put it on my lips too. Every time I do a green eyeshadow tutorial, I tell everybody how I don't really like green eyeshadow. I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Can I just say, I really think that the camera is exaggerating my hair. I don't think it's this big in real life. You know, it's always a good morning when it starts with your grandma laughing at you. I hope during this series of videos, if you've learned anything, you've learned that everybody makes mistakes when they're doing their makeup. Nope, you weren't losing your mind. Ouch, just kicked my foot on the table.